Welcome to the next video. In this video, I want to go shortly on our setup or configuration files for our linter tools. As we already created, we had a configuration file for Flake 8, for iSort, for PyDocStyle, and for PyLintRC. And you can also define a configuration file for MyPy, which can be called .mypy.ini. And here we have an bracket MyPy entry, so that just tells our tool, okay, here are the settings explicitly for MyPy, and we can set here if we, for example, want to disallow incomplete type defs, for example, and if we want to force the programmer to type annotate every function and method, for example. So as we can see here, that we, for example, disallow incomplete definitions, so incomplete type annotations in a function definition, for example, that we now want to force the user to just type annotate every parameter in a function. So you can set a lot of things here in MyPy in the config file. You can look it up in the official documentation of MyPy. Also, you can call here in the terminal mypy -help to see all the options that we can set here in the command line when we want to run MyPy. So as you can see, there are a lot of options. And if you want to modify the MyPy settings for your Python project, you can look up in the official documentation and set the settings here in the .mypy.ini file. Furthermore, you can combine all of these in one single file that I have created here for the course overall, which is called setup.config. And here you can just pass in all the entries of our config files that I have presented here in this chapter. And the important thing here is in the setup.config file, if you want to set the iSort settings, for example, you have to start it here with the, let's call it iSort topic. So in the brackets, just put in iSort and then the iSort settings as we set them here before in the iSort.config file, for example. Then I just copy pasted here the iSort settings. Also, you can copy paste here the Flake 8 settings. You can copy paste the MyPy settings, and you can copy paste the Pylint settings. There, one remark, you only have to pass in the settings that differs from the default cases. So for example, in Pylint, we only really changed the disable part here to disable some warnings. So you do not have to copy the whole .pylintrc file, which had about 600 lines, into our setup.config file. You just have to pass in the entries that you have changed, so that are different now from the default settings. And that holds not only for Pylint, but also for the other tools that I have showed in this chapter. So this setup.config file is a pretty nice way to combine all your settings of your linter tools in one file. Otherwise, you would have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 files, or up to 5 files in your project structure, which is okay. But I mean, if you can just combine it into one file, why shouldn't you do that, right? So the setup.config file is a pretty handy way to combine all your settings of the tools that I have presented here. This setup.config file doesn't work for all linters that exist in Python, but for the linters or for the tools I showed in this chapter, it will work. Okay, then we will see us in the next video. I see you then. Bye bye.